Welcome to the National Hockey Centre here in Glasgow as we are on to the European Grand Finals effectively. Places, the top two places to be decided. Got the men's Grand Final at 4 o'clock between Grange and Grove Hill. But first of all, it's the repeat of last year's Grand Final, Edinburgh University up against Clydesdale Western. So an East against West contest. Sides that have came up against each other quite a bit in the last few seasons, particularly if you think of cup finals, and also been challenging for the title. Edinburgh University pretty much had the upper hand over recent years. So interesting game in contest. Kaz Cuthbert, Scotland international captain. We've got internationals on the pitch as well. Kaz, great to have you here. If not on the pitch, but you'll be casting your expert eye over the game. What do you make of this one? Because these two are always battling each other out.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting competition. Like you say, Uni normally have the upper hand, but Clydesdale have really come onto form towards the end of the season, and they've been playing well in their last couple of games, so I think it's going to be a very, very interesting game. It's going to be very tight.
Well, Edinburgh University last week, they were in the final, continuing with their success in the cup finals, beating Grove. Clydesdale Western were knocked out rather early on. In fact, I'd just like you to tell you that story because you're involved with that.
That was a great story, that one, yes. Western Wildcats, my team, put Clydesdale Western out in the first round of the cup, which unfortunately for them put them into the plate, but they obviously did their job and won the plate last weekend quite convincingly. But they would have been expecting to be in the cup final rather than the plate final. So yeah, won the Wildcats for that one.
So in the table context, your side of the Wildcats, it was agonising that he just missed out. Sonians entering the playoffs for the first time. Your side on the same points but just missing out, so I guess that was gutting a couple of weeks or so ago.
Yeah, I mean, we got pipped on goal difference, I think it was eventually, but credit to Watsonians. Obviously quite a lot of us were away for about a 6-week block of our club season, but Watsonians took advantage of that. They had a really strong, organised team, and they started to take points from some of the bigger teams in the league, and with that they deserved their spot in the top 4, so all credit to them and how they've come on this season.
But it was the the top two that made it through to the final once again. Looking at the sides, plenty of quality and show for Edinburgh University's Animal Seed is the captain, and that real quality of youth and internationalists and experience in there for both sides. Clydesdale Western, captained by Francis Lonergan. Kaz, can you pick out a couple of players from both sides that will be key?
So they've got a pretty solid backline, Uni, but to be fair, you're looking at the front lines. You've got Brodie up there, Amy Brodie, just come back from the Commonwealth Games. She was on form out there. She seems to be popping the goals back in the last couple of weekends, so she'll be a real threat. Laura Swanson back in the lineup for Edinburgh Uni, having returned from injury as well. She's a great young potential talent. She'll be running the midfield, I reckon, and she's very creative, so she'll be doing lots in there. And from Western, again, a really solid side. They've got a really strong front line. Millie Brown just about to start on the ball, and she seems to be supported by Heather and Lexi, and these guys will run at them pretty quick. So yeah, both sides would be, I think, attack.
Well, let's hope so. University won this 5-1 last year, which was a surprise how close last year's cup final was between the two, but we are underway, and Clydesdale Western in their orange tops, can't really miss those, and Edinburgh University in their traditional green top. Early jewel in the middle of the park.
So that's
Susie
Amy
Gilman
Brodie, on the ball. She'll be very, very strong and difficult to get around, so she'll put her stick in, disrupt the play.
Becky Merchant who reached the squads at the Gold Coast was out there and giving real support. The far side is Ella Watt. A misplaced pass out to me early on. Derek Forsyth down there, 60th birthday. So presents and all that would be a good one to win.
So Clydesdale just seem to be sitting off, letting Uni have the ball. Probably playing to Clydesdale's strengths, and that if they do win this ball, they'll counter at some speed. seems to be their tactic today.
Well, the semi-finals yesterday, Whitsundians did so well to get through to the semi-finals, as we mentioned, but Amy Roddy with a couple of goals, Sophie Monda, Ellie Halliday, Becky Merchant all scoring 5-1 it was in the end. And Western winning 3-1 against Grove, thanks to Howie, Gilman and Sabatelli. All players that have been in form are players that are real threats, more or less, all scoring for their respective sides yesterday.
Yeah. This is Ali Eady on the ball. Great little left back. A key player for Uni actually in getting the ball out of the back line. Clydesdale West will be looking to keep her at bay. Tell you some news for you. So Ali Eady plays left back for Uni, and Jen Eady, her sister, twin sister, plays centre mid for Clydesdale.
Yes, same duel we were talking about last week, which was interesting. Western in the secondary competition last week. Here is Merchant once more, support in there. Dribbling from Brody. Back from Peters, fires across into a good area. May well still be alive, not quite sitting up there as intended, but there's a good little ball in. Gilman with the turn. It's been pretty much all green possession so far. Back they come with what? Lively start from her down the channel. Could fall for Mondar. Keeper keeps it away from the goal for now, but that was again good play down that side, and Watts had a good start to the game.
Clydesdale are going to sit in and let Uni have this much possession. They're just going to open themselves up to these hit balls in. Like I say, we've got some strong forwards. They'll get on the ball quite comfortably. It's a good intercept by Becky Merchant.
Brody trying to keep it alive.
And she will.
Just getting away from Anna Logan initially, but turnover of possession.
Frances Lonergan just outletting for Clydesdale, their captain. And this is the other Eady, Jennifer Eady on the ball.
Again, as soon as Western get the ball, they're giving it away once more.
Oh, another missed pass.
And the plan book from Peters. 5 minutes played, certainly most of the possession going with the Edinburgh side. Brown trying to wriggle through for Sabatelli.
Becky Merchant just clearing up. Louise Campbell, a key player for Uni. Very quick on the ball, very direct.
Steiger trying to pick out Gilman. Howie trying to use that line to advantage.
That's one of Clydesdale's youngsters, Bronwyn Shields on the ball. Again, really talented youngster.
Too long from Oregon this time. A few misplaced passes, a few perhaps early nerves.
Yeah.
Because there is a good prize at stake just for the positioning. I guess for maybe those that aren't a follower every week of the club game in hockey. What is the significance of winning this for Europe?
So the European places are decided with these playoffs. So whoever wins today will take the top place. For those who are football minded, that's like our version of the Champions League. This year, however, it is actually Edinburgh Uni that are hosting the Europeans, and both teams, Clydesdale and Edinburgh, are in the same division. So depending on how well they get on at the European competition, if any of them were to get promoted, whoever wins this game today will take the top spot next year.
It's a great concept. This we've talked about for the games, promotion, relegation, and in some sports, I think rugby comes to mind, where you don't actually win the league and you go into these playoffs and decide who wins the league. But this, we know who's won the league. That doesn't change.
Yep.
We know who's won the cup. This is an extra little competition which adds a bit of spice for the top four sides. So your season's not over if you finish fourth. Newton with the ball forward, further support in there, but comes to an end with Brown. Could well find the space. There's a couple making their way forward. Howie was furthest there, but doesn't come to anything.
Just struggling to link the passing together, Clydesdale. It's a lovely ball.
Excellent play this, and it's sliced open the defence. Judge in the centre if required. Comes back to Peters, who was involved in that play. Here's Newton. They go for direct route, but doesn't find anyone in green to take a neck, and you're shaking your head.
Again, Clydesdale just sitting very deep. There's no pressure on that ball coming in, so she can pick her pass really. And all Uni are going to look for there is a little touch, which is really difficult as a goalkeeper to defend, and the defenders. So I just feel Clydesdale need to put a little bit more pressure on Uni, particularly when they're that high up the pitch.
Peters to try and get round Logan.
Derek, very vocal from the sideline there. He's obviously not happy about Clydesdale's positioning set up at the moment.
He's occasionally happy.
Occasionally.
Demands a lot from his sides, whether it's been with the Scottish men's national team or with the Western side.
Yeah, they've had good success this year. Oh. Again, just another wayward pass, but I think it's just to relieve some of the pressure.
There's 2 points between the two sides in the regular league season. Edinburgh again just edging it out. 46 points from the 18 games, 2 clear of Western.
That was oh, here we go, Louise Campbell.
Campbell doing
Francis.
well, just getting shoved back out of the D, and she's getting close by Merchant.
Yeah, it was a close run thing in the league this year. I think, unfortunately for Clydesdale, they actually lost to Watsons during the Commonwealth Games period, and that then put their kind of title hopes away. So there's another youngster, I think she's in under 16 or 18 programme.
Zara Mason played well last week. I know different kind of level of competition when they're playing the Edinburgh University seconds team, but likes of Mason, Logan as well. The competition, good for youngsters to win things.
Yeah.
I'm up from Brody, and she has picked up as well. Trying to get by Garment, couple in there. Is it going to come on? A right old clatter and stick goes flying, but fair cop says the umpire. Lena McRae and Anna Watson, the two in yellow. Alidi trying to start the next attack. Another one driven at full pelt. Merchant. Comes to an end that move. Almost like watching here last week in the plate game when Western were playing Edinburgh Uni Seconds. Edinburgh Uni Seconds were basically doing exactly the same thing, just camping themselves inside their own half, their own 23. But it's almost the roles reversal that Western have been very defensive so far and happy to take up all the pressure. To be fair, Edinburgh Uni haven't really had much in the way of a chance and goal.
No, they haven't. And actually, you know, that's obviously their tactic, just to frustrate, sit in, plug up the gaps, and make Uni have to really create something different to score those goals. Nice bit of play. Oh.
Back it comes. Next attack. Mulligan just sits there at the back, making sure things are ticking along.
There you see the pressure Uni have on Clydesdale, just stepping up on every player to make those little passes that bit more difficult.
Guided well initially, and now the effort, which is well wide from Brodie. But took her time, actually, found space, but didn't quite get the effort she wanted. There's Drew. Oh, and there's a big space opened up here. Oh, and Judge was making a great run and just trickled away, though.
Yeah. So Clydesdale play a sort of man-to-man defence, and at the moment Uni just seems to be able to peel off that, and that then gives, because there's not much pressure on the back line, it gives them plenty of options if those forwards are making those leads to just pop those balls in behind.
Yeah, just a few short weeks ago, it was Western who were winning at home, a 2-0 win over Edinburgh University. But although a long time ago now in the terms of the season back in September, it was a 7-0 win for Edinburgh University. I think probably, perhaps maybe not representative of how these two will play, and I can't imagine it being that sort of scoreline, but one of those days with Edinburgh University on paper, on song, to score 7 goals against their nearest rivals.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, by Clydesdale have upped their game over the last couple of weeks of the league, but they really were a bit inconsistent in their performances in the beginning, and Uni took advantage of that with a 7-0. But, like you say, roles reversed when it went to Clydesdale and they took the win.
Western were,
it's a bit loose.
Well, just about recover for Lonergan. They're up the other end, stealing the ball, and perhaps in there, Lanigan and Sabatelli trying to do something, but now they'll try once more with Jenny Eady, who's getting time. And towards there, Sabatelli, only one there, too much for her to get hold of, but first real kind of fray forward.
Yep. So Uni are just quite relentless with their ball pace the minute they're getting a 16, they're getting it moving again. To keep that going, there's only going to be so long before the gaps start to get bigger and the spaces start to open up. There we go.
Long from Gilly Lonergan. Shields doing well down that side. Lanigan gets a free hit. Scored in this playoff last year at the time to make it 1-1. Here she is going to try and receive back, but shot the pass from Eady. One back though. Gilly Lonergan support was found in Jen Eady across to the other side now, with 2 or 3 orange jerseys getting into the circle. Took a little nick there off Lawson, but keeper comes out and Haddad. And now maybe a counter. That bit of space that they're looking for here with Malseed, Monder through the centre. Watt out wide too. Frances Lonergan doing her job just to make things difficult. Didn't get a touch in the circle there.
Again, an awful lot of pressure on that left back. And again, Uni come up with the ball. Ooh.
Flying stick and a flying pass to Watt. Brown trying to get it back with her stick back in her hands. Useful bit of equipment. Drew switches it to the other side. Peter's trying to help it on its way. Comes with Sabatelli trying to get a break on Brown. Brown in a bit of a foot race.
She's got great speed on the ball, Millie Brown.
She's still going to almost 3/4 of the pitch.
Edie just trying to instruct her back line to get a wee bit closer and support her.
Just about stays alive here in towards Sabatelli. But by it goes, and well, whatever Western can do in terms of being compact in defence, Edinburgh Uni just done exactly the same thing with basically everyone back.
Yeah. And then with one ball, they're down the other end of the pitch. It's a great ball from Becky Drew out the back there.
Yeah, Marcy left it for Mackay, but didn't last too long. Listen, just starting to see a bit more ball now. It's encouraging if you're a Western supporter or neutral. One back though, well. Campbell doing a great job, and she receives back. Still dying.
It's a great tackle by Frances.
Frances Lonergan, such a linchpin at the back there, the captain, doing her job. Drew played out wide at the corner area there is Campbell trying to weave in from the other side this time. Penalty corner signal, first one. It's taken 20 minutes or so. A chance from a different route for Edinburgh Uni to try and get themselves a goal.
Yeah. Clydesdale are going to sit in and pack the D like that, then that's what you're going to be looking for. See if you can clear them all out, give yourself a corner, and put through the set routines that you've been working on at training.
Ellie Hardy going to inject here. Sam Judge was certainly leading that huddle.
Yeah, you've got Sam Judge at the top who can strike. You've got Becky Merchant who can also hit a ball pretty hard. And then you've got some nice little deflectors though going in. Like I say, they've got threats throughout for their corners, so it makes it difficult to read what they might do. Looks like a Judge hit. And
it is Judge. It's taking a nick away. They'll try another goal. Another save from the keeper. Still bounce around, but it's another penalty corner.
It's great work from Clydesdale's young goalie. Oh.
Couple of acrobatic saves.
It's all for the cameras.
Yeah, Jessica Buchanan is the goalkeeper. So, second attempt in quick succession. Mistrap here at Merchant. Will try and get there. Took a helpful nick on, but A couple of efforts from Brodie and from Hardy, but they come away with it now. Sabatelli's on the chase. There's 4 or 5 Orange players getting forward. Couple back. Sabatelli continuing. It's going to be flung wide, and that will end that move. Houlihan couldn't get there, but that could have been costly on the break. But that was another good opportunity. This time it was slightly mistrapped, but they recovered it and they got a couple of good efforts in.
Yep. So the corner was a nice wee deflection from maybe Brodie coming in on the right, and keeper again made a great save.
Closest we came to the opening goal here. 13 minutes left in this first half. Lovely bit of play here, flick through.
Oh,
driven across, and here's Judge. Save first time, save second time, save third time. And penalty corner signalled. I'm sure they'll take that. Sam Judge can't believe what just happened.
She'll have expected herself to be a bit more clinical there. A couple of opportunities, really key opportunities to start taking the lead.
A couple of big moments, and well, they've just about survived, and they've got another penalty corner, which I'm sure they'll take for now as a defensive mechanism, because that surely was going to be 1-0, but somehow it wasn't.
I think another wee Judge hit to redeem herself. Pop this in the bottom corner.
So penalty corner time again. Merchant may well fly it, comes up over defensive stick and comes back out for the long corner here.
Good running by Millie Steiger to get a block on that.
Try again. Quickly from the line, or they're just going to be told to come back in a little bit here for Peters. Judge, well, it's came in nicely, just marshal it a little bit. Judge does get it into the circle away. It's clear, just as another penalty corner.
Clydesdale just hanging on now. A little bit scrappy, a little bit panic defence. And when Lanigan turned around, that's her foot it hit on the way out.
It is penalty corner again. Sam Judge to fly it this time, and she scored now. And they have the lead. She missed a couple of great chances just a few seconds ago, but now she scored from the penalty corner and thoroughly deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. She'll be kicking herself about the opportunity she missed. So there she goes, stepping up, putting it in the corner like she knows how to do.
Well, welcome along if you've just joined us on the BBC live stream. I believe we one or two technical issues, but thanks for joining us at the National Hockey Centre. You probably just joined at the perfect time for the penalty corner, and Sam Judge has scored it. She was a player that missed out last year. She was busy just doing her coaching duties because she was injured, but she scored 4 goals in the Scottish Cup final a couple of years ago against Western, so she does like to score against them, and she scored here with 10 minutes left of this first half. It's great to have you with us as Western look to get themselves back on level terms. Current Scotland women's captain Kaz Cuthbert alongside myself, Callum Patterson, and certainly in the balance of play so far, it has been pretty much the right scoreline, and Uni deservedly in front.
Absolutely, Callum. Uni had most possession. They've had a couple of corners now. They've had a couple of opportunities. Some great saves from young Jess in a Clydesdale goal, and they finally managed to pop one in the back of the net. It's going to open up the game now. Well, Clydesdale are going to have to start coming out and looking for some opportunities.
Here's Girdwood through the middle. Oh, an important cut out there from, I think, Logan, by the looks of it, just got in there in the nick of time as now Western come another direction. They had to find an equaliser last year. They did. They went 1-0 down. It wasn't in vain in the end when they lost 5-1. But we're happy to try and get themselves back on parity here. Logan picking out Lawson. it's frustrating when you're trying to do something like that and work your way into the D and infringement in the turnover. Mind you, if you have just joined us, that these are the top two sides in the country, Edinburgh University. So once again, champions, once again the Scottish Cup winners last week. If you watched on, here's Zara Mason though trying to find the equaliser, but Halliday in to make the challenge. Here's Monder, but only into Western possession again. Some judge down there, the goal scorer now taking a break again, Slash doing a bit of coaching. Chasing Zara Mason there, but the ball will win that race. You think Western will have to dramatically change how they play? They're going to have to come out of it a little bit, or because there's still plenty of time and it's only one goal, they might hold off?
Yeah, I mean, we're just in the first half. They seem to be a bit more aggressive on their stepping up now. They're not as deep as they were, but they are definitely going to have to come out and play hockey up in Uni's half. The first 15 minutes, they just sat back so deep, encouraging Uni to play. And do you know what? You just get tireder and tireder if you've not got the ball and you're chasing it for half a game. So that's going to take its toll on Clydesdale as well. Just need to string things together a wee bit, link up, pass the ball, and work together.
Here's Lanning, one of the Gold Coast players. Just played the first game back, actually. It was last weekend in the plate final. That's the one against Edinburgh seconds, but as we mentioned at the top, and if you just joined us, plethora of internationalists, one alongside me, but plenty on the pitch as well for both sides.
Again, great work by Brodie.
Yeah, Steiger dispossessed. Back with Lawson. Salatelli to provide some help there.
Better patient play by Clydesdale. They just need to keep the ball a wee bit more.
Hammered for Lanigan, who tries to win, but did bobble up, almost trying to pick the pocket. Now up the other end, good roving run and support, and a couple of players waiting, including Monder right in the middle. Pretty end to end over the last few minutes since the Edinburgh University goal.
Yeah, and that's what happens when the deadlock's broken. Everyone has to come out and play now. Makes it a far more exciting game. Might be the spark that Clydesdale needed though. They seemed a little bit nervy, a little bit flat, whereas now they're starting to play much better hockey. Skills by Loriman.
Still with her side. Under 5 minutes to go in this first half. The equaliser would set things up nicely if you're a neutral anyway.
It's better pressure by Clydesdale.
And back, but it's all very tight in that spot. And here's Howie trying to keep going. A long corner. I think even Howie thought it was going to be an Edinburgh ball. In fact, it is. I think they've both had a little chat, the umpires, and quickly on with it here. Brodie.
Great skills.
To the circle, going herself, and just whistles by. There was support coming in, but she went all by herself despite Mackay waiting.
And that's the dangers that Uni possess, just the speed and strength and skill that Amy Brodie has. she'll look to eliminate any defender on the run like that, and she'll take a shot. It's just unlucky it was slightly wide.
Forward it comes here. Campbell, oh, if there's someone right in the centre, may well have dotted it in. Not quite the support one that was around.
There's Frances Lonergan again sweeping up for Clydesdale. She's doing a great job back there, reading the game.
Peter's trying to keep it going. They do have a free hit. That is with Sophie Newton. Peters goes behind. Off a defensive stick. So back it comes with Merchant. One of the scorers in the semi-final game at Watsonians yesterday, which secured their place in this final. Western winning 3-1 against Grove, so that's how these two sides are here. I'm just reminded that the top place, both in Europe, but the top place could well be the real carrot for next season, which is the top prize for winning this game.
Again, Frances Lonergan clearing for her side. Millie Brown will take this for a run. Very quick.
A bit of a foot race going on with Becky Merchant, who's across the other side now, needs some help, but good skills on her own.
There we go, and support.
Support in
Numbers
from Lonergan.
there.
And there's Sabatelli! And that was a big chance, and 90 seconds before half time for an equaliser.
Great work rate by Millie Brown, and then Heather Howie there to support, and numbers for Western for the first time I think in the game, actual numbers in the D to create that opportunity.
Julian McGann's ball found playing Shields further across now. Sabatelli making the run, but didn't get to her first. Final 30 seconds if Henry fancy a counter attack.
Oh,
slip though, just still in play for Campbell.
Beanie might just manage this time and just keep the ball. Run the clock down.
Hooter is getting ready to be blared out, as much of the sun's blaring out as well, so it's been a good afternoon so far for Emory University. They'll take the half-time lead. They've knocked the ball for the last 30 seconds. They'll take the breather with one goal cushion. Sam Judge from penalty corner had a great chance a couple of moments before that, which was saved 2 or 3 times in a bit of a melee, but she got the penalty corner goal just moments later. And the difference between the two sides there, and the balance of play very much deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Clydesdale just looked a little bit nervy, a little bit defensive, and if you do that against the Edinburgh Uni side, you're just inviting them into your half and particularly into your circle. So after a couple of corners, Sam Judge eventually able to break the deadlock and pop a goal in.
So that's how things stand here. Of course, there is the men's final to come at 4 o'clock, but let's just have another look at this, and a pretty sweet finish. And she was relieved, I think, after that chance that went begging. Yeah,
absolutely. Sam is a top-class goal scorer, and so she'll be not happy with the opportunity she missed, but like I say, she normally makes up for it, and she'll have backed herself to pop that one in. So she gets a nice little skip when she hits the ball, which is very difficult for defenders. Anything flat on the floor is quite nice to take, but she gets a wee skip on it, just making it a bit difficult for the post player.
So then we are into the 10-minute half-time break. We'll take a pause just now and we'll be back shortly for the second half. But the break here in the grand final Edinburgh University 1, Clydesdale Western 0. Welcome back for the second half here in this grand final, the women's grand final. Decide the place 1 and place 2 of a European hockey competition for next season in the university. As has been most of the case in recent times in the big games anyway, with the control over Western, and they've had most possession. Western tactically been sitting in and tries to do something on the break, but penalty corner goal from Sam Judge, the difference between the two sides so far. What do you expect, or do you expect any real changes, Kaz, in the second half from either side at this stage?
I think Clydesdale might just stick to their game plan, but maybe just be a bit more aggressive in their pressure. They've got nothing to lose now. They've got to come out and find an equaliser at least. Whereas Uni just going to stick to their game plan. They play a 4 at the back where they roll up their defender, so they end up with 3, and they have a free player higher up the pitch, and they're just looking to find those free players as Clydesdale try and man up. Millie Brown just putting a cut on now, which is to try and keep Uni to one side of the pitch, but you'll see there Ali Edie very composed on the ball and managing to open it up to the other side. Again, Clydesdale just sagging deeper and deeper, and they're just going to invite Uni in.
Edie's ball down that channel only finds Logan. Jamie will get a second try. Back with Merchant. Alidi. Got it off Shield stick. Back with Alidi. Direct was looking for Malseed to collect. She did try and get something on it, but it will be a Western ball in the end.
And that's just the difference in the two sides at the moment. Uni had plenty of numbers around the ball there, making it difficult for Laura Mann to find an outlet pass and eventually just forcing it off the pitch.
Mason. Back there was Ali. Very quickly, Emory University's turn, as has been the case possession-wise for large proportions of the game. Peters.
Again, Francis Lonigan there to pick it off.
If anyone heard that, Derek Forsyth very much quickly out already with instructions.
Yeah, very vocal from the sideline. Maybe just not quite happy with how his girls are performing at the moment, so he'll be out there trying to help.
Watt trying to keep hold. It is Edinburgh Uni free hit territory, which they've quickly carried on and space flung out wide for Halliday. Trying to get Malseed involved. He's been relatively quiet so far, the captain.
Again, more pressure applied by Edinburgh Uni and another turnover.
Yeah, Logan this time with the ball pinched off her. Almost coming through for Watt, but a couple of players in the way. Rodney almost had it back, but the breathing space for Western. Watt. Gets a free hit. And it goes, here is Malseed on the turn and thrashes it towards goal. I just talked about being fairly quiet, and there she was, trying to nick a second.
Yeah, Zara Malseed is very clinical in the circle. That's where you want her, and she's great at picking off these little scraps, and she'll take a swing at anything, and she's normally very good at putting on the target.
And again, once more, and two waiting at the back post there was Amy Brodie. That's a very cheap and quick turnover, which will be taken quickly by Brodie this time. Perhaps a little too quick for our teammates. But before the opening goal from Edinburgh University, they did start to ripple in 2 or 3 chances, did find little gaps, and they're starting to find them again. And here comes Malseed picking up, and keeper gets in there and takes a clatter off the post. It was good work by Monder initially.
Yeah, again, Uni are just going to keep coming relentlessly at Clydesdale if they keep turning it over so cheaply.
Here's Lanigan for Western. Through back across by Steiger, I should say. Hammer across, but in that awkwardly, dangerously mid-height range. Howie.
It's better play by Clydesdale.
Gilman tried to pick out Lanigan. Edie.
Just ran out of room there. Jenny just trying to create something, looking for a corner. Again, Uni's fullback, so much time on the ball. Take it for a run. She's just travelled 50 yards, pretty unopposed. And now Clydesdale are having to trek back to defend.
Comes in, Judge looking for it. Here comes Howie. Kind of here nor there, that one might dribble through, not quite for Lanigan. Ball just in between the two Clydesdale Western players. Up the other side.
There's Laura Swanson on the ball.
And towards Judge. Tried to get it across the face of goal. Hannah Mackay was waiting.
Great use of the full pitch from Edinburgh Uni. It's a good lead up high along the baseline, getting in behind the defenders. Lovely pick up. Young Zara Mason.
On a solo run, trying to get by Halliday. Steiger for Shields, or attempted to find Shields. Plenty across that far side. Not choosing to sit in the stand here and deciding to get the suntan.
Absolutely, it's a cracking day here in Glasgow. Sun's always shining.
Wasn't quite at 10 a.m. this morning, but the blue sky has came through, and the scoreline is coming through nicely for University. Just a 1 goal cushion. Saying this contest last year at 5-1 it finished to Edinburgh Uni, so far closer, and I think that's some way down to the way that Western are playing things very tight.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for Coach Derek Forsyth to decide. He's gone with a bit of a defensive line today, obviously to keep Uni's opportunities and goals down, but in doing that you limit your own opportunities to create and score. It's a tough one. Okay, lovely ball out by Sophie Newton.
And it comes, no one there in the middle.
So the umpires just working together there to come to the right decision. They're now mic'd up, so they've got headpieces in, earpieces, so they can hear each other and talk to each other, which is really good. Again, no pressure on the fullbacks.
Ball not quite coming in for Drew, but Peters doing their best to win back and gets the free hit.
It's good to see Becky Drew back on the pitch for Edinburgh Uni. She's not played much this season for them, I think, due to maybe work commitments now that she's finished at Uni. But she is a very solid player for Uni. Got a great aerial. She's a very good asset to have in a team.
Yeah, one of the scorers in last year's grand final.
Millie Brown again. Even the urgency there, Uni are very quick to set up. Clydesdale a little bit slower to go on the ball. And again, another turnover.
Turnovers are a theme of the game, but there seems to be a higher proportion than normal for this occasion.
Yeah, like I said, I just think it's a bit of a mixture. I think Uni are doing very well, doing well to apply good pressure on Clydesdale, which means the ball carrier doesn't have much time to pick a pass, and if you're not competent to take on players, then you're going to look to offload it, and if the pass isn't there, sometimes it's just meaning passing it off the side of the pitch.
Sabatelli.
Sabatelli's very confident with her skills. She'll take on anyone. Nice and strong by Becky Drew.
Gurwood.
Again, that's the composure we're talking about. Just Gurwood, not many options there, but kept the ball, played it safe. Uni kept possession.
Here's Watt in space. Oh, and the gap's been found, but closed off with Sabatelli looking to break perhaps. Millie Brown stopped in her tracks. Here's Ali Edie. Monder in space. Malseed in the middle. Monder back to Ali Edie. Off the foot. And Shields concedes the penalty corner.
Great decision there. Great work by Uni. Ali Edie breaking from left back. Looking for nothing other than a penalty corner there. Good job.
Confirmation of the blue skies.
Absolutely.
Glorious. I think it's about 15, 16 degrees today, I think.
I'm not getting much of a tan under here, though.
No, we're not really getting the sun underneath the stand. A lady cross. What is the plan about this time? Is Animal Seed behind in the middle, also Becky Merchant.
Oh, yeah. Sam Judge on the bench this time.
So it won't be hard at scoring from a penalty corner. There's Malseed who can score from them. It is saved. Malseed might get a second try. And it's another block away by Buchanan.
Young Jess Buchanan in the goal for Clydesdale, doing great today. Keeping her team in it anyway. Great diving defence there by Frances Lonergan again, trying to clear her lines. They've lost a little bit of experience in their corner defence, Clydesdale, with Ali Howie unfortunately breaking her kneecap last time they played Edinburgh Uni in the league. Ali Howie is a great runner down of the ball at a corner defence, but unfortunately she took it straight off her knee a couple of weeks ago, and she's out now for at least 6 to 8 weeks, so she'll be down on the sideline supporting her team with Derek today. It's alright, her sister's in the team doing it for the family. It's a family affair for Clydesdale. There's plenty of siblings throughout. A couple of Lonergans, a couple of Howies.
And now one green card to add to the hockey family. Edinburgh Uni down to 10 for now.
Oh, Ellie Hutchison. Interesting to see if Clydesdale can capitalise on this now. They've had not much of the possession. They're now looking to make Uni run a little bit more, put them under pressure.
Here's Jenny Eddy, flies across, but wasn't really too many there in orange. Millie Brown was the only one really close to that. One player that wasn't involved last week. Got back involved today. I think she was coaching last week, so she wasn't involved.
That she might have been training with. Millie Brown's part of the GB development programme. Her, Laura Swanson, a couple other younger players in the national squad. So they have to go down south for weekends to train with the GB team. It's great for them. Great opportunity for them to learn, develop, but show the GB squad what they've got as well. So. Again, Clydesdale are up a man, yet they're sitting off, letting Uni have the ball. Uni will happily just keep playing the ball around till they get their 11th man back on the pitch.
Yeah, just eating away seconds here.
Yeah, you've got two defenders roaming around Clydesdale for free. They could be pushing out, putting more pressure on, and now Ellie Hutch is back on the pitch, so it's 11v11.
And Monda. He doesn't have a lot of help. In the end, concedes it. Drew quite quick there for Malseed.
Overhead ball from Becky Drew.
Brody with a little help on here for Mondar.
Great pick from Zara.
Malseed. And it's saved again here for the keeper Buchanan, keeping things down at 1-0.
Great ball in by Mondar. Great pick from Zara. And then it's Laura Swanson with the reverse stick strike. Probably didn't quite get the power on it that she was hoping for, but again, great save by Jess Buchanan. Derek getting a bit more vocal from the sideline. He does have a lot of youngsters in his team, so you'll be having to probably give them quite a bit more of instruction. Like I say, with some older players out, you've got Ali Howie sitting on the sideline, Alex Wilson. These girls just have a little bit more age, a bit more experience, and normally probably do a lot more of the talking on the pitch. So today, Clydesdale just having to now draw on just a few less, and the youngsters just having to learn very quickly.
Here's Brown coming away with it. Lawson. It's going to be too much for Lawson. Heading towards the final 15 here.
So again, Clydesdale sitting off. You're just wondering if Derek's going to change these tactics at any point. But on that, Uni are on another attack.
Campbell.
Oh, good strength.
Oh,
it's
been one, still alive.
Save.
Oh, and Judge could get there in the follow up, and not quite. Again, Buchanan with it from Mackay.
Another great opportunity for Edinburgh Uni. Jen Eady having to get back there and clear up.
Sabatelli, good skill. Shields. Sandwich and Brody now away with it. Quick free hit. Quick delivery. And another Buchanan save, but it will be a penalty corner from the effort at goal. And another chance from that spot.
Lovely ball in by Ellie Hutch. And then that was Hannah Mackay getting there first in front of the defender to get a first time shot off. Again, great save by being in the right place, Jess Buchanan, but came up off the defender, which is a foul, and why they end up with a penalty corner.
Well, certainly 2-0 wouldn't be the end of the things in terms of potential comebacks and the way the games went. May well be very much a clincher. Sarah Mason with a quick burst. She's not going to be ready here, and they're going to just let her get sorted. That's rather nice of them.
Yeah, bit of confusion there, but safety first. You want them to get their equipment on. Sam Judge at the top of the D, going for the second.
Merchant there too. Will it be?
Oh, unlucky.
Oh, I don't think that was part of the plan. That dummy might still come for Judge perhaps, but no, it doesn't work out in the end. Don't think that was part of the plan.
No, I don't think so. Fortunately, just a missed trap at the top there from Kirsten Peters. Ball made it way through.
Sabatelli. Going to try herself here. Still going here, Sabatelli! And they've not really threatened at all. They've been playing the defensive card in the defensive game. They've wanted one chance, they've got it, and the equaliser with 12 and a half minutes left.
Like I say, if there's one person that's quite happy to take people on, it's Lexi Sabatelli. She's got a great set of skills, good speed on the ball, and there was only one place that was going.
Well, they've nicked the goal they wanted. That
they
has
did
to be
indeed.
said.
Makes the game interesting. Here we go.
Coming together as Camel's looking to get forward.
Oh!
And it comes, I know, the keeper has to make the save.
It's a great run by Louise Campbell. Smashing ball in again. There's channels opening up. And Louise Campbell just really unlucky to deflect that ball over the top of the goal.
Campbell in the right place, but yes, you can. And having some particularly second half, but pulling out the saves here.
I think she's been doing it all season for Clydesdale. She's a real asset to their team. Oh, bit of confusion at the back.
Lanigan picked back up, Howie. Sabatelli in front. There is Sabatelli. Just seen what's happening there. Lanigan in the middle. Oh, and coming in is Lanigan. An arm out the other way, but that's got things exciting at both ends now.
Absolutely. Seems Clydesdale have got a wee lift from their goal, which is brilliant.
Sabatelli again, winning the 50-50. Lanigan to the left. There is Lanigan. Sabatelli in the middle. Oh, and there's Howie as well. And whistles by.
Great ball across by Lucy Lanigan. Unlucky for Heather Howie. I don't know if she expected it to come through. Lexi Sabatelli seems to be a wee bit of a game changer for Clydesdale. Really stepping up and starting to create for them.
A terrific player, but good couple of weeks or so, especially in the big games, and now sparked her side, and they've found some gaps all of a sudden, have Western, but Edinburgh University still a threat. Oh, and here is the threat. Monda trying to keep it, but plenty of bodies. Julie Lonergan away. Final 10 minutes.
Game on.
It's got rather exciting after a tense first 55 minutes or so. Well, a free hit was signalled, I think perhaps a little bit more than that.
I think the referees have just about had enough of some of the back chat from the players, so Lena's just asked to see the captains, I think, or just Clydesdale's captain. I think she might have been asked to have a wee word with her bench. Captain's duties comes in all forms these days, not just on the pitch. That's a 50-yard run that Frances Lonergan didn't need. It's a bit of a missed pass, but Monda will get it.
Helped Monda.
Oh,
that's
sugar.
Hit their own player, and is that, I think Brodie, she's smashed off Brodie's face, so that's well, when you do it against an opponent, it's pretty dangerous, but to do it to a friend as well is not exactly ideal.
No. I think that just took a wee nasty deflection. That's why Brodie didn't read it, and it's just popped up and clocked her in the face.
So perhaps just a couple of moments needed to regather breath, and hopefully nothing seriously looks.
Yeah, it'd be a bad loss for Uni.
Yeah, she looks like she's not too bad anyway.
She's made of tough stuff, Amy Brodie.
A magic ice pack. Well, if anything, it's given both sides, I think, a chance to gather their breaths. Perhaps more Western, who have had all a lot of defending to do in the last few minutes, has been about one end to the other.
Just a nice wee egg on Amy Brodie's head, no cut, so she'll look to put herself back on the pitch, I think. Better play now by Clydesdale, building it out. Susie Gilman, nice solid replayer for Clydesdale, just keeps it simple, keeps the ball. Lovely pick up by Laura Swanson.
Picked up from Merton's pass.
Great skills.
Space perhaps what was indicating there was on the left, but back it comes, and here's Lanigan. I'm told to go on the outside. In a battle with Alidi, gets the free hit. And pull back. Patient to get going.
There we go.
Logan.
Unfortunate wee slip.
Might
Heather
still
Howie.
find the Western player. Off Merchant. Here's landing into twist turn, and oh, is there a chance there? They're going to go over the line, not quite. Peters was, Gilman rather was kind of waiting. It just bobbled up.
These are the difficult ones to defend. It's a good early shot by Lucy Lanigan. She just creates herself some space that the defender can't get into, and anything on target is difficult for the goalkeeper. Oh, it's a bit of a miss pass there. Oh. Referees have deemed the ball to be dangerous, so they've actually given that to Clydesdale. To Louise Campbell's not so happy.
One or two bemused looks. Reunion's turn to come forward. Gilman then now supporting plenty down that channel.
Yeah, Clydesdale have now started to get numbers and support, which is...
Into the circle. Land again.
Oh.
Very tight, can't you work it round? No, she can't.
Clearing overhead. Edinburgh Uni just now becoming a bit more direct in their attack. They were very good in the first half, playing the ball wide, high.
Ball again here, Howie. One again, it bounced up unkindly. Judge looking to get things going. Someone couldn't quite find the place she wanted in Camel down there, so heading towards what we're just under 6 minutes left on the clock now. If it is a draw at full time, then we do have run and shootout penalties.
Everybody loves it, a wee penalties. as a neutral, that'd be exciting. We do running penalties in hockey now rather than penalty flicks, so it's a 1v1, 8 seconds against the goalkeeper.
Yeah, if anyone's watched just perhaps Olympics, Commonwealth Games last few years, it's really added to the excitement and kind of makes things a bit more, you know, we've seen a real diverse range of, 5-4s and goals, score lines, and even 1-0s. It's very diverse.
Yeah, it's changed the game quite a bit. I mean, from the penalty spot, a flick used to be very much in favour of the striker scoring, but nowadays our goalies are mobile, got all that padding that they can make it difficult for a forward. So some might argue that the shuffles or the penalty shootouts have now put it in favour of the goalkeeper. So depends how skilled you are, how confident you are in your one-on-ones.
Steiger. Shields. Back with Steiger. And towards Lanigan. Trying to hammer it as a arm out just outside the D thought. The free hit.
Just a bit of confusion with the umpiring call.
Edie trying to work it in, but so many bodies in the way.
Yeah, nice.
Comes Louise Campbell, only for a few moments. Shields gets the free hit. 4 minutes left on the clock.
Oh, Edie versus Edie.
Oh, great stuff, weaving in. Chance here, this is a big moment.
Oh.
But away it goes, nowhere near the goal in the end.
And Jennifer Edie's one of those players who's got lovely skills. Gets the ball in the air, which makes it very difficult to defend. And in the circle, that's exactly what you're looking for. She's able to create some space to get the shot off.
Halidi goes in the line, more time goes. A winner here in regulation play. Brown. Oh, she's carrying on here and carrying on here. Millie Brown. Support there. And couldn't quite get the player picked out she wanted, despite two in there and Gilman and Lanigan. Now space at the other end, 2.5 minutes left. Monder. And couldn't pick out who she wanted.
It's just become a bit of turnover hockey. Oh.
Another high one. Well, stays with Edinburgh Unite. Well, again, just some relief for a moment defensively. Not been quite so defensive in the last 10-15 minutes since the equaliser. Julie Lonergan's ball looked a tired one. Sabatelli back. That magnificent run and goal. Logan in space picked out here. Man. Oh, but
so, trailing stick from Becky Merchant just knocks it onto her foot. Becky Merchant's got that reach. I think you're past there, and tall girl.
It's a Western ball. I'm going to win it back, and we'll have to watch here because 3 against 2 as Brown carries on. She's through here, Millie Brown. Big chance! Oh, big chance has gone.
It's a great save by Susan Al-Haddad. Millie Brown carrying strong, getting the ball in the air, difficult to defend. And see here, Susan, she's already been done in that corner by Lexi, and so she's read it well that time, and she's anticipated the flick. She's made a great save to keep Uni in the game.
Here's Sabatelli. Spin. And high and away, and that may well be that. What astonishing end. Henry in possessional control. They concede the goal, and Western really grew in the last 10-15 minutes, and that big chance.
Yep. We talked about Derek's game plan, but it's worked for them. They've sat in, they've frustrated Uni, and then they've got themselves that equaliser. So,
and there we go. That is the end of the game, but not the end of the contest, because we're going to have the running penalties decide who will win the grand final, take the top place in Europe. And well, astonishing really. Sam Judge scored from a penalty corner in the first half, but that solo running goal from Lexi Sabatelli has put things back in the melting pot, and now we've got the old cliche of lottery and penalties and all that to come.
Exciting times now. Clydesdale obviously happier with their second half performance compared to their first. Like I say, just seemed to have shut down Uni, and a great solo run by Lexi Sabatelli to equalise. Clydesdale just seemed to have lifted from that as well. They've now started to play their game. Just see Sammy popping it in.
So that was with 10 minutes or so left in the first half, and then this solo run.
Great finish. You know what, they both had their opportunities. I think probably penalties is fair. Uni had way more of the lion's share in the first half, had some opportunities, should have popped a few in for a few more goals, but they didn't. Some great saves by Jess Buchanan. But second half here, definitely Clydesdale more on the counter. Susan Al-Haddad having to make a like for like. Well, save this time rather than the goal that Lexi scored, but when Millie Brown broke through there. So they've both had their opportunities. That probably a 1-1 is about fair then. Game of two halves.
So just a reminder, it's a running shootout, the 8-second shootout. each player has, and you can, as long as it stays in play, you can have multiple goals in within that 8 seconds. So, see, it keeps things exciting with the penalty flick. Certainly, in hockey, kind of, if people are comparing to other sports, compared to penalty kicks in football, for example, it's slightly different in that way because it's more weighted to the attacker, very much so in this case. But now the keepers can come out and rove around and make things all sorts of difficult. But there is a real contrast where, as I say, we can see like 5-4 and 5-3 in high-scoring shootouts with this format. But we're looking at sort of earlier games in previous grand finals, even in the last couple of seasons or so, since the formats came in, and we've seen 1-0 shootout wins and stuff because the keepers have been out on top. So there's such a variety.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's a lot about confidence. If you're the attacker, you just got to back yourself to know what your skill set is. Manipulate the goalkeeper, should leave you an easy goal. But like I say, the goalies far more. They've learned a lot over the last couple of years since they brought this in. So the goal is a definite technique to being good in goal with these ones. It'd be interesting to see how they go on. Susan Al-Haddad, she's had her fair share, I think, of shootouts before. I'm not sure about young Jess. So we'll see if the goalkeeping styles contrast at all. Some experienced head stepping up for Edinburgh Uni. Amy Brodie's taking one, Ali Edie, Laura Swanson. It looks like Sophie Monder and Sophie Newton, I think.
Well, it's the first shootout of the day we've had. In fact, we never had a shootout at all last weekend, neither in the cup final weekend for the men and the women. So this was the first one we've seen. Reminder that next up at 4 o'clock, it's the men's grand final. Grange up against Groveling as hell.
Interesting not to see Kilburn there for first time in 14 years or 13 years.
Yeah, a bit of a change up, which is certainly for many people galvanised the way things are this season anyway. Players and officials just making sure everything is ready, a bit of a deciding who's going to go first and the like.
So we get a couple of new technical officials that will join the pitch. So you have the 2 umpires, and their job is to identify whether the ball crosses the line within the 8 seconds, any fouls that happen within the 8 seconds, and then you'll have timing officials. So they will be they will turn their back on the play, so they cannot see what's happening, and they will be solely watching the clock. And so they will start with a whistle, and they will finish, I think, on a horn or a whistle.
I think previously it was the hooter, so we'll see. So it is Edinburgh Uni to go first then.
No, not quite ready.
Just about there.
False start.
Swanson then to take the first one here. So, first one to try and make a big impact. Turn the keeper, and there is the goal.
It's like cat and mouse. If you can get the goalkeeper on their backside, then, like I say, it's an easy goal. Well done by Laura Swanson. Great change of direction. It's difficult for the goalies with all their kit on to be able to get back and deal with that. Millie Steiger on the ball.
Oh, Steiger then to get the immediate reply. Oh, it's wide. Went quickly to try and take the effort at goal.
Yep. You'll just see Susan Al-Haddad there, though, not out as high as Jess, and so therefore didn't get caught committing to Millie's skills, which means the pressure's then still on the shot, and unfortunately just didn't get that on target. So Sophie Newton on the ball.
Trying to dance, and there is the gap, and there is the goal, and that's now a cushion in this early stage of the shootout.
Yep. Again, just great composure. It's that little change in direction. Again, fooled Jess Buchanan, and she pops it in.
Now here's Heather Howie, might sense it could be a must score already to keep things alive.
It's a great save.
It's well put behind, and that's 2 misses.
It's a great effort by Heather Howie. She's come in at pace. She's got a lovely reverse stick shot. And she's went for it, but Susan Al-Haddad has read it really well, and what a save.
This is a big statement to make now for Amy Brodie.
Yeah. Oh.
Good save there, though. Oh, Buchanan.
She's done well there. She nearly lost her footing, but she managed to readjust, and great save by Jess.
There's Millie Brown now.
Oh, I expect a wee spin here. It's a Millie favourite. She'll draw the keeper. Oh, and it's a spin.
There is the spin. On cue.
I think Susan, just asking whether the ball caught the back of Millie's stick, so the wrong side of Millie's stick that she's not allowed to use. We're waiting for that one.
Ali now then to put 2 goals back between the two sides. Nice. And there was a gap just opened up again there, and that is 3-1.
Again, the uni girls really confident in their stick skills. They move the ball from one side to the other. It's very difficult as a goalkeeper.
How about this from Ali for one side? It's Jenny the other. She must score here.
She's gone for the hit. It's a great
it's
save.
Off the keeper, and that may well be that.
Yep.
It is that, and that is, they can call a treble, the league, the cup, and now the grand final, and the top place in Europe. And well, I guess perhaps in the balance they deserve it for attack and play. The last 15 or so, Western got the equaliser, made things exciting. Their game plan in that respect worked, but it is the win for Edinburgh Uni here.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. I think they had much more of the play, much more of the ball, much more opportunities. I say Clydesdale's game plan seemed to work. They got themselves back in the game, but quite convincing when they're in the corner, the penalty shootout. Very composed by the Edinburgh Uni girls. Like I say, I think they've done it a few times before, so it's that experience, knowing how to see out a game. So well done, Edinburgh Uni.
Yeah, great stuff indeed. It's been great to get your thoughts, Kaz, for this game. Exciting game to come. Just before we wrap up, a quick word, some big games coming up internationally for you, the Tartan Trilogy, and a couple of series for the women. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, so in a couple of weeks' time, we've got a few games against Ireland. So that's 31st of May, 2nd and 3rd of June. So a nice wee 3-game series against Ireland. Always competitive down here at Glasgow Green. Please come down and have a watch. You'll see your international team take on Ireland. And like I say, the games are always competitive. And then a couple of weeks after that, the Italians are coming over. Again to play the women. So it's a great opportunity for the Scottish women just to set out their stall this summer, maybe for some youngsters to come in off the back of Commonwealth Games. Sometimes you get retirement, sometimes people just want to take a wee break, so it'd be great to see some youth, some depth in the squad coming in and show us what you can do. And then the boys, they're taking on America, so again, great standard of hockey down here at Glasgow Green.
Indeed, look forward to that. Kaz, thanks very much for your thoughts.
Thanks
for joining us. The men's grand final is coming on its way at 4 o'clock. So we'll be back around about 3:55, all being on schedule after the extra excitement of the shootout. There is the chat from Derek Forsyth there, rather disappointed, but took themselves to the shootout at Western, but Edinburgh University winning 3-1 in the shootout. They win the grand final. We'll be back at 3:55.